My name is Moon Petrie, and it is the 24th of June, Thursday. I had not written anything since Sunday the 20th, after my weekend of 8K. I turned 40 on Monday. I made myself the most amazing cheesecake. I got this recipe from Erin Catherine, who does have an AuthorTube channel, which I will link below. It was extremely lemony and delicious. I had never made cheesecake before. This cheesecake had a layer of lemon curd on the top. I had never made any sort of curd before. I was really delighted with how well it came out. So understandable to take my birthday off and maybe a couple more days after so much writing there for 48 hours. But it is time to get back to it because I would really like to finish this first draft by the time camp starts, the 1st of July. What'll that be? Next Thursday. Here we go. So I have exactly a week. So I did get started again. I wrote 517 words so far today. I'm hoping to write at least 500 more. My goal is going to be 1,000 words a day until this thing is done. And I believe I have 7,000 or fewer words, and so I should be done in time. If not, then possibly the 30th, I will have a little bit of a marathon, but I feel like I'm really close to the end. So I'm going to get back to it. It's Friday the 25th. Yesterday I wrote just over 1,200 words. So my goal being 1,000, I am psyched with that. Today I got to a bit more writing. Unfortunately, because I was distracted and trying to write, a small disaster happened with a tissue box. Today I have gotten to writing a bit. I am only at 324 words for the day, but it is a start. The story so far. My main character's name is Aster. She is 12 and is just starting 7th grade. At the beginning of the summer, she figured out that she was bi, and part of the reason why was because she had a crush on a character in her favorite book series, and that character happened to be a girl. Aster is obsessed with this book series, and so is her older sister, who has just left for college. Her best friend is also a fan, but not to the same degree. Aster has come out to her sister, but not to her best friend, who she has heard saying some things that she thinks might be homophobic. At the start of school, she sees a poster for a club called Glow, gay, lesbian, or whatever. And she decides to be brave and go to the club meeting. Unfortunately, her best friend has also seen the poster and has decided that she's going to start a petition to close down this club. Best friend does not know that Aster has tentatively become a new member. The principal shuts down the club, but they are going to the school board to have a final determination made at the next school board meeting. The club realizes that they have been told they cannot meet at the school, but that is all that the school can mandate. So they start meeting at the public library. A lot of fun and hijinks ensue, and Aster starts to have a crush on a boy from Glow who is also bi. She deals with some negativity, judgment by erasure from some of the gay and lesbian members of Glow. But at the same time, she's also making some really good friends and is finding herself in a safe space to be herself in a way that she hasn't before. And the school board meeting rolls around, and that is as far as I got when I was writing in April. During my weekend of 8K, I wrote the school board meeting in which many teachers and community members and parents and kids speak on their behalf. but some do also speak against them. It was really hard for me to write some of the homophobic content and stuff that people said. I'm trying to keep it, realistic and nasty, but appropriate for a middle grade audience, which is a fine line, especially when I think none of it is appropriate in the slightest at all. Don't eat any rocks, okay? In the immediate aftermath of the decision being handed down that the club will not be allowed to resume meeting at the school, despite the community support, because of the bias of the chair of the school board, and Aster feels awful about her participation because although she spoke, she was not proud of the way she spoke. She lost focus, forgot what she was going to say, and ended up using quotes from her favorite author, which is a tendency of hers to use other people's words instead of her own. So she was embarrassed. She felt she had done badly and that maybe if she had done better, things would have turned out differently. She tries to reconnect with the best friend who refused to speak up at the school board meeting. So maybe she's had a change of heart, but she pushes Aster away. Other friends seem disappointed, or she's afraid they're disappointed with her for how she spoke. And she feels like she's lost everything. And then comes the dark night of the soul, after which there is an outpouring because she writes a letter. She doesn't know who it's to, but really she's just trying to get her words out of herself and figure out afterward where they can land. So that is what I wrote on the weekend, and now I am writing the rest of it. She's had a struggle with her mother. Her dad has been more supportive, her mother less so, and so I am writing the coming back together reconciliation with her mother, and figuring out who this letter is going to be sent to and how it's going to be distributed, and trying to reconnect with another friend who is now grounded because his parents realized he was gay and was going to speak at the school board meeting and they stopped him from doing that. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and I'm hurtling toward the conclusion. This letter is going to make it to enough people that it is actually going to make a difference, and school board members that voted to keep the club closed down are going to stand up and say they felt bullied into it by the chair of the school board, and the decision is going to be overturned ultimately. So we're hurtling toward that. Not that many thousand words to go. Have I been writing 1,000 words a day? No. Am I achieving my goal of finishing by the end of June anyway? I think so. So I didn't write any more that day. The next day I wrote about 800 words. Yesterday was the 27th and I wrote just 325, and it was a rough day for me. Possibly each of my two middle kids have been worse behaved on other days than they were yesterday, but not both of them on the same day ever. It was really rough. So 325 was great. At least, I was telling myself I'm making a little progress. As long as you keep writing a little bit, and each day is great, but as long as you keep plugging away at it, each week or whatever, things get done, right? Projects get finished, drafts finally reach those blessed words, the end. And so today I've written 960 words, and I'm getting super close to the end. I'm really tying things up now. The aftermath of the letter, so she distributed the letter and is dealing with the consequences of that choice, the aftermath, the fallout, and some stuff being revealed that was going on that she didn't know about. And I'm getting really, really close to the end now. I have 3 words left. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to write the most important words. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's make them nice and big. I did it. It's done. What a great number, 51,999 words. Wow, it is brutally hot today. Okay, so I did it. 51,999 words. It is right about the length I expected it to be. I think once I was always into it, I was saying it was going to be between 50 and 55K, which it totally is. I'm delighted. I'm delighted that it's done. I don't know how delighted I am with the book yet, obviously. So next steps. Step 1, a little space. I'm going to be revising something else for camp, and then I'm going to do a read through, tidy up a little. I know one thing for sure. Toward the end, there were points where I didn't do a chapter break, and then I lost track of what chapter I was on, and so there's a little bit of that sort of housekeeping to do for sure. There were points where I used brackets for placeholders. I need to go through and deal with that. I do think it'll be not too hard to revise, partly because I had a clear idea of what I was doing from the outset, and just sort of the whole time. I felt like I had this concept really clear in my mind, and the character pretty clear in my mind. Character is often a little bit secondary from, ooh, chipmunk. I tend to be really plot driven, and this character I think is better developed. There's more to her than a lot of my first draft characters. So yeah, I'm not going to be giving it to betas yet. I have had a few people ask to beta it, so I'm really excited about that. But I'm gonna give myself a little space, and then do a read through, clean up those basic things, and see if there's anything else significant that I can tell right away needs to be done. So that's where I'm at, and I have started calling it something. I'm calling it Glow for now, for the time being. Its working title is Glow. So that is a wrap for draft 1 of Glow. Until next time, I am Moon Petrie, and until next time, I am Moon Petrie, and thank you all so much for your support along the way.